Hello, gorgeous. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. All right, so today this video is to basically express my gratitude and thank you to everyone who has sent their condolences to my brother because he lost his daughter 2 weeks ago. And yeah, I just want to get on here and just, give you a little update on my trip to Atlanta, Georgia, and then having to travel to Tuskegee, Alabama, and then go to Montgomery, Alabama, where she reside at my niece and where she was laid to rest. So, so I'm just giving you more like an update of what happened, just in case you have not heard the story. But my niece did pass away tragically through a domestic VI ends with CE. So it was a maybe a dispute. I'm not sure exactly full details. However, she did not make it out the house. My niece had just graduated, I believe, from high school, and then she entered into college. Um, so she's only been in college for like a few months. And the day of her passing, she passed away at 9:30 in the morning on a Wednesday. I can't remember the exact date, but I'll pop it up here. But she never made it to class. So with that being said, um, I do have two brothers. We have the same father but different moms, and my brothers have a sister where they have the same mom but different dads, of course. So she is like my bonus sister. So just to give a little context. Um, so I made it my business that I needed to go see my brother. I was contemplating if I should go or not, but this really set heavy on me and I felt like I needed to be there for him. So this is my niece right here. If you can't see it, I'm going to blow it up and put it on the side. But she passed away on March 4th. She was 19 years old, and her significant other, boyfriend, was soon to be ex. He was 20 years old. Um, One of the things that I saw on Facebook was that her stepdad, which is her stepdad, mentioned in a balloon. Well, before I even get into that, so I decided to go ahead and go to Atlanta, Georgia, to go to my dad's house and then eventually go to Montgomery. So I went to Atlanta, Georgia early Thursday morning, and Friday saw some family that came in, saw some family because they heard that I had came into town that were in Atlanta, Georgia. So they came over to see me. And then Saturday morning was when we went to my oldest brother. He's an officer, and we tailgated. We traveled with him from Tuskegee to no from Alpalica to Tuskegee to pick up my brother that is morning, and then went to Montgomery to lay his daughter to rest. I would say being there, seeing everybody, people I have not seen in years, it was a bittersweet moment, but I was happy that I went because they were able to see me because they haven't seen me in a very long time. So I missed the balloon releasing that they had on Thursday. So her mom, Nadia's mom, is my brother's first wife. So, and she's married currently. She's married. And so the stepfather said like this great message, and I just want to repeat it, was basically saying that, it is important that children or whoever let your parents or family members meet your significant other so that they can be of judgment to the person that you're dating. Because a lot of times you can be blindsided through love and attraction that you will miss red flags. And this can go for anybody, whether you have a significant other, it can be a friend, it can be anybody. You can easily miss red flags because you're just so caught up in the attraction, the love, that you have for that person that you will miss red flags. And he just couldn't stress it enough of how important it is to bring those other to bring your significant other to your family so that they can be, help coach you and be like, hey, like this person is not it, maybe you should rethink or don't go too fast. So there are a lot of things that happen that I don't know, and it's like a lot of hearsay, but I would say for the most part, what it sounds like, she did not bring this guy over to the family. He was 20 years old, had his own place. She was living on campus. 9:30 in the morning, she decided to go over there, get her stuff because I guess she was breaking away from him and she just never made it out. 4 to 5 rounds went off and she was on the floor. So the door was left open. Neighbors were able to go in and call 911 and see, is she okay? Of course, she didn't respond, and the rest is history. I do have the full story from the news listed. I will pin it. I will try to pin it down there, but I didn't bother to watch it because I didn't want to. It was just too much. So as soon as I saw the yellow tape, it was like my eyes got watery and I was like, nope, let me turn it off. But if you want to hear the full story from the news reporter from Alabama, you can more than welcome go and listen to it if you want. Just trigger warning for anybody who has lost a significant other or lost a family member or friend through this type of situation. Mind you, that my brother, the one that's mourning, he had lost um, his second wife, through a pow pow situation, um, from a friend. A friend did this to her. So he lost two immediate family members less than a year apart. So it's a whole lot. It's a heaviness that is on him. He is trying to hold up. He did better than what I thought, but I knew he was going to make it through. Of course, the mom did not hold up. It was just a lot of crying and everything and sadness. And I can tell he was really suffering because it was like a back to back situation. And hopefully he's going to either continue his therapy or go back to therapy if he had stopped. So I am just asking for prayers for him and his mind and protection, and of course to the mom and stepdad and the brothers and sisters, that and the whole entire family actually, because it was just very tragic and sudden when you have a 19-year-old who is going to college for criminal justice, and now she is unable to fulfill her dreams because her life was taken away. Not only that, at the funeral, the service was real good. It was real good, short and sweet. The choir from her high school, because she used to be in the choir in high school, they came and sung for her, and they sung two good selections. And oh my gosh, it was just a great blessing. And they had one girl did a praise dance, and then her friends came up and gave their little speech, their 2 minute speech. And I thought that was real cute that they had already selected the people that they wanted versus random people coming up speaking good things, and taking a very long time to get their point across. And just sharing the whole life story of Nadia. So one of the things I thought that was so cute was what her friend said, that Nadia, we had plans to be famous YouTubers. And I said, oh my gosh, it runs in the family. I'm not trying to be famous YouTuber, but the fact that they had dreams and aspirations of doing YouTube on the side and just really growing together because they were connected in the way where they consider each other as sisters. And the fact that one of Nadia's friends said that when she first got to the first day of college or going to school, one of the two, that Nadia was like the first person that greeted her and showed her love. And And I thought that was really nice and sweet, and I was like, that's how you're supposed to be, when you are around people, whether if you know them or not. Always show kindness to someone, because you never know how you're going to impact their life. And that is something that, I leave with you guys. Like, even with me being on here, regardless if I'm around you or not around you, I know I planted good seed in good soil. I know I have. So I take that with me, as knowing that regardless of what happens, just like with my niece, regardless of what happened, she has planted good seed into good soil to anybody who has came in contact with her. And that's one of the things that they remember about her. And I felt like that was like a true blessing and a good characteristic that she had. And so in spite of what it all and what it looks like, she is a good person, but it's just sad that her life was just cut short, you know. But I am so happy that I made it there. And leaving my brother, the one that was mourning, the hug that he gave me was like, I know I made the right decision of being there for him, because that was all that mattered to me. If you didn't see that video that I made a few days before leaving, and I was standing out in the garage, and I was like, I don't give a damn about anything else that has happened before that. My focus is on him. And then for him to have gave me this long hug, like he hugged me and just put his head on top of my head, and it was just like, thank you for being here. I hate the fact that my brother had to go through that. I hate that the whole family and friends who had just seen her, who had just gave their last word to, she's no longer even here. So it was a bittersweet, like I said, it was a bittersweet moment, but it just lets me know that it is so important to care about what matters, and everything else just have to step to the side. I don't care at this point, because it's either you with me or you're not, you know? And I have to be there and make it my business even more to be there on my dad's side of the family, and not just keep it around my mom's side or keep it around my husband's side of the family. I need to balance it out all over. And it's not by surprise that a lot of people are talking about, not a lot of people are talking about like time spent on YouTube. As much as I love all of you guys, but my time spent should also be distributed, if not more, towards my family. Um, I consider y'all family and I love y'all, but we don't really know each other like that. And I will always joke around to Kim and a lot of other people that we really don't know each other like that. So we're trying to get to know each other. But the love is there. Even if I don't have to meet you, there's connection there, right? So I just have to make sure that I am spreading my time all across. And like I said, it's not no mistake that other people are saying the same thing. And I'm in total agreement with a lot of you guys. And one of the ones was Beautiful I'm Colored. It's, you really have to prioritize your time. Time is good on here, but don't forget about the people that who know you, who knows you in real life, who just don't forget about them. Time is short, and just learn that balance. So I just wanted to let this out and share that part of my journey. I came back on Sunday, which was yesterday, because today is Monday, the 16th. I will get into more detail about what I ate and all of that in a separate video, but I just wanted to get this part out because once I make this video, I'm not talking about my niece like that. Um, she is a beautiful girl and she looks just like my brother. Her oldest sister looks just like her mom. So, but anywho, I just want to share it. And again, thank you so much for all of your condolences. And those who did not know, you will probably watch this video and see. I woke up this morning, I fell back asleep with tears coming out of my eyes because it was like the words and everything that was the reflection was all coming back to me and about what happened at the funeral and stuff. So, um, all good things, but it's just the sadness part of it was there, the mourning. So, yeah, my dad held up pretty good. My brothers, they, shed their tears and cried, but the mom really, really took it hard, and the stepdad really took it hard. My brother took it hard too, but he just has a different way of showing it. Um, he's kind of like me, like suppress it and hold it in, but you can tell it's bothering him. He ain't got to say a word. His silence speaks volumes. So that's me all the way, right? So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you, and the next video will be on a lighter note of what I ate and how my weight has changed since being out of town and coming back, and then yeah, I will do a separate video, okay? But until then, your girl has to get back to grinding and doing what she needs to do. But until then, I will chat later. Goodbye, gorgeous. And thank you, Tam Nation, for being there.